when I undertook Antihero at the very beginning, I made a promise to myself and to my wife that like I'm in this for the long game, which probably means a lot of failure. And I'm gonna play it by ear.
My name is Tim Conkling, and I am making Antihero. So I left my job about 3 years ago and to do indie games. I was a professional game developer. I left to be indie, and I was super excited by having like a more traditionally hardcore genre, like a tactics battler, in the Words with Friends mold. So Antihero is a turn-based strategy game that I describe as sort of a hybrid between Civilization and Words with Friends. The game is about running a thieves guild in a sort of Charles Dickens-inspired Victorian London, and it's asynchronous multiplayer, so you can have a bunch of games going simultaneously and, you know, take your turn whenever you have a chance. So what makes conventions tough is it's because you're showing this, you know, like imperfect, unfinished thing that you've been working on for, you know, 3 years of your life. There's something about the moment when I'm about to show the game to a bunch of new people for the first time that I start to hate it more than, you know, anything I've ever done. I was like fantasizing about like deleting the game from, you know, my hard drive and source control forever. I think that there are a lot of devs who feel that way, but it's something that I am, sort of working to mentally overcome. You want to be your own worst enemy in some sense because you want to have, well, hopefully you have good taste and you make sure that you apply your good taste, you know, to everything that you do. But certainly, you know, I'm going to see far more flaws in the game than anybody coming to it for the first time will. While I may be my own worst critic right now, I am expecting that I will have some external worst critics once the game ships.
The audience that I want to make games for, at least with Antihero, is like the Roald Dahl audience, right? Like Roald Dahl wrote children's books, but they're very readable by adults, and they don't talk down to kids. And one of the things that I think he did really well was like all of his books involved like kids in incredible danger, right? And like terrible things happen to them. And yeah, something about his books spoke to me a lot when I was a lot younger, and I have sort of like been trying to recapture that a bit with the work that I do.